Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, and to show that, well, there's a day for just about everything, here is the list of days for the National Day for today. It's National Ex-Spouse Day, National Pan American Day, National Reach as High as You Can Day, National Dolphin Day, National Pecan Day, National Gardening Day, and National Look Up at the Sky Day. Now, with the Look Up at the Sky Day thing, that there's actually something cool going on. If you look after dark near the moon, there are several planets lined up if you look to the left of the moon, and that is pretty cool. So do keep that in mind. Today is also birthdays for several of my friends on Facebook, so happy birthday to you. I'll be making contact with you in a little bit and celebrating your day here in Michigan. And tonight, and this is about to cover up my face, tonight we're having an online game night. So the Wesley Foundation is sponsoring it, but if you want to join in and are not a part of the Wesley Foundation, you are more than welcome to join in. We're going to play Quiplash, so look on Facebook Live, and there will be an opportunity for you to log on to one of your devices to a special area where you can enter your answers to fun questions and to interact with one another with that. So hopefully you'll be able to join in and have some fun. So today we have a couple of readings from the scriptures. The first is 1 Corinthians 13. Even if I can speak in all tongues of earth and those of the angels too, but do not have love, I am just a noisy gong, clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy such that I can comprehend all mysteries and all knowledge, or if I have faith great enough to move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away everything I own to feed those poorer than I, then hand over my body to be burned, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous. It does not put on airs. It is not snobbish. It is never rude or self-seeking. It is not prone to anger, nor does it brood over injuries. Love doesn't rejoice in what is wrong, but rejoices in the truth. There is no limit to love's forbearance, to its trust, its hope, its power to endure. Love never fails. Prophecies will cease, tongues will be silent, knowledge will pass away. Our knowledge is imperfect and our prophesying is imperfect. When the perfect comes, the imperfect will pass away. When I was a child, I used to speak like a child, think like a child, reason like a child. But when I became an adult, I put childish ways aside. Now we see indistinctly as in a mirror. Then we will see face to face. My knowledge is imperfect now, but then I will know even as I am known. There are in the end three things that last: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. And then the gospel lesson for today is from John 13:34 through 35. And this is revisiting some scriptures from Maundy Thursday, which I did not get an opportunity to share last week as we were looking at the gospel according to Mark. And in this, Jesus says, I give you a new commandment, love one another. And you're to love one another the way I have loved you. This is how all will know that you are my disciples, that you truly love one another. In these days of being in self-quarantine, of high emotions, of great amounts of stress, it's so easy to fly off the handle at one another. It's so easy to do things unintentionally or with intent that are hurtful to one another. Jesus recognized in the Gospel of John, in the reading from Sunday, that human emotion is something that runs very deep, When the women encountered him, when Mary encountered him at the tomb, she was overcome with grief, and he gave her space for that grief. He gave her space to process that emotion, and each of us are processing in our own ways. But Jesus made space for her. And so part of the ways in which we show love to one another is to make space for one another. In a literal sense with our physical distancing, but also in a more figurative sense as we make space for the ways in which each of us are processing the difficulties of these days. It's an opportunity for us to try to provide a safe place for one another to really go through these emotions that we're having. Because what we're feeling is real. What we're going through is real. And it does take time to process that. And some days we do better than others. I know that yesterday I was feeling really great and doing well. Today is a much more difficult day for me. And I know that each of us have our own rhythms for this. So make space for one another. And by this, we show that we are people of faith in the way that we love one another. The prayer that I'd like to share is actually a blessing from John O'Donohue entitled For Solitude. May you recognize in your life the presence, power, and light of your soul. May you realize you are never alone, that your soul and its brightness and belonging connects you intimately with the rhythm of the universe. May you have respect for your own individuality and difference. May you realize that the shape of your soul is unique, that you have a special destiny here, that behind the facade of your life there is something beautiful, good, and eternal happening. May you learn to see yourself with the same delight, pride, and expectation with which God sees you in every moment. So I pray that you will experience that presence of God in your life today, so that you can give expression to that to someone else today as well. Encourage one another, love one another, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.